Hi, I'm Jennifer with Martingale, and today I have a trunk show of quilts for you from the book Pat Sloan's Tantalizing Table Toppers. It features 13 eye-catching quilts to perk up your home all year long. So let's get started. The first quilt is Italian Cafe. And Pat shares with you a little story. If you don't know, Pat's a coffee lover, and she talks about spending time in Italy where there are no to-go coffees. You can't be in a hurry if you're having a coffee. You stay and enjoy it. So this was her inspiration for this quilt, the Italian tiles, and a nice little table runner to set a scene in your own home. Next up, I have for you Life is a Picnic. This lovely table square you could also make into a wall hanging if you don't have the table that will support it. And Pat tells a nice story about her favorite treats when she goes on picnics and things that she loves. The friendship stars in this pattern are actually created by the sashing as you put the blocks together. So a little clever piecing by Pat creates that. And she also has 2 placemats made from those same fabrics, and the instructions for those are in her book as well. So if you prefer to make placemats, Pat shares a tip in the book for how to get those to last a little bit longer in your home decor, so watch for that as well. Flower stand, Pat thought of while she was at a farmer's market in Florida. And she loves to go people watching and see all the colors and the variety of things that are made. And at this particular farmer's market, she was inspired by the salsa and the bright colors. And she shares in the book about how you can really make this everlasting. If daisies are your favorite flower, or hyacinth, or hydrangeas, whatever color you like, make the flowers to go with the season that you're celebrating in your home decor. Next up is this lovely braided table runner, or has the appearance of being braided. This is called Main Street Perks. And Pat says she always had a dream of owning a quilt shop, or not a quilt shop, a coffee shop, and having comfy couches to sit on and a place where you could visit with friends. And I don't know if any of you have met Pat in person before, but you would always want to sit down and spend time with her. I don't think Pat has ever met a stranger. So if she wasn't such a fabulous quilt designer, having a coffee shop might have been her calling. Game night. Pat's favorite games growing up were Life. How many of you played the game of Life? I did. And Candyland. But this is really more based like on a Parcheesi board. Maybe your family has some a game table and you like to play games. This would be an awesome addition to your home in a game area. Game night. I love the story behind this sweet table runner, featuring these little stars set down the center of it. It's called Tea Time, and Pat shares in the book that she grew up with all kinds of tea. Her mom was a tea lover, so iced tea, hot tea, flavored teas. And so anytime people talk about tea time, Pat it kind of harkens back to her days with her mom and great memories of that. So what a nice memory and a lovely design. Next up, a quilt that's called Family Gathering. And it has the sort of Irish chain look to it, if you can see that X that starts to appear or go around. And the fun thing about Family Gathering in the book, it's photographed with an apple cake, and it is Pat Sloan's mother-in-law, Madge. It's the first recipe that she shared with Pat after they got married. So Pat is sharing the recipe with you. And I think that's fun. Pat also spent time, she grew up living in lots of places and traveling, and she spent some time in Belgium, and she shares a little bit about that experience in talking about this quilt, which is called Winter Bliss, and talks about being in the ski lodges and people talking about their favorite places to travel. And to this day, she says one of her favorite beverages is one that she learned to drink at the holidays over there, a mulled red wine with cloves and sugar and oranges in it, and that sort of evokes memories for her as she celebrates the season. So this is called Winter Bliss. This is French Bistro, all made with these little skinny strips. And the inspiration for those skinny strips was croissants and all the layers and skinny strips and the buttery goodness that is croissants kind of all come together on this beautiful French Bistro table mat. And I especially like these little bow ties, little dark bow ties that appear down the center of the runner, and the dark blue that she's chosen for that break in between the border and the center. You Pick is the next quilt, like a You Pick berry farm. Pat's signature fabrics, I always think of Pat and polka dots because she's had so many great patterns over the years that use polka dots, and I know Pat loves them. And she said she had fond memories of picking berries as a kid and all the different colors you would see, but she also has fond memories of picking fabrics. And this is a great one to pick a medley of fabrics to go together. And so whether you're picking berries or fabrics, you pick. Have fun. Next up is Breakfast Club. And one of Pat's favorite times of day to meet with other folks is over breakfast because it involves coffee, of course. And this beautiful solo star would make a lovely addition to your breakfast table. And last but not least, such a value to get 13 patterns, is Summer Fun, which has this little hint of applique on each end with the bluebird. And that, of course, is Pat's signature fusible applique, a really easy way to make the friendship stars. She's added this little pieced block in between them to kind of chain things together. A lovely addition. So all from Pat Sloan's Tantalizing Table Toppers. See if I can find my copy here. Available at shopmartingale.com or wherever you buy books. I hope you enjoyed our trunk show today, and I hope you enjoy making all of these tantalizing table toppers for your home. Thanks.